Okay, so today we're going deep into the world of loons,
Loons.
specifically common loons,
All right.
during their breeding season.
Cool.
And we're going to be looking at this really cool YouTube documentary
Oh,
called
no.
Common Loon Documentary, narrated in 4K
Okay.
by Harry Collins Photography.
Sounds great.
And, we always talk about, the call of the loon, that iconic sound that signals that summer's starting.
Yeah.
But this documentary really shows all the drama that unfolds during breeding season.
Right.
I mean, you think about these birds, right? They're like perfectly adapted to life on the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden they have to like come onto land to nest.
It is. It's kind of like, yeah, it's one of the few times they ever come onto land. Yeah. And, it's not their forte.
It makes you wonder, like, why even bother?
Well, they have to get out of the water to protect themselves from,
Right.
aquatic predators.
Right, like bigger fish.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Exactly. So it's a trade-off,
Mhm.
They sacrifice a little bit of grace for a lot of safety.
Yeah.
But the amazing thing is, once they've built their nests,
Yeah.
you see both parents sharing the incubation duties
Oh, wow.
for about a month.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's like a real team effort.
They really are dedicated.
Yeah,
And then when the chicks hatch, they're ready to swim, like, right away.
absolutely.
Isn't that amazing?
They're born swimmers,
Yeah.
but, they're tiny and vulnerable. So
Yeah.
the first 10 to 12 days, they spend most of their time hitching rides on their parents' backs,
Aww.
which makes for some adorable footage in the documentary. You
That's-
see these little chicks
Yeah.
just clinging on for dear life.
But those poor parents, they must be exhausted,
They are.
like constantly hunting to feed those chicks.
Yeah, it's nonstop, You
Yeah.
see them diving repeatedly.
What do they eat?
All kinds of things. Small fish, leeches, crayfish,
Wow.
even eels.
Eels.
Yeah, they're not picky eaters. And it's incredible. Like, the parents need to consume several times their body weight in food.
Really?
Yeah, every day to keep up with the demands of raising a family.
That's a lot of food.
It is.
Like, just to survive in this environment.
Yeah, it's a tough life.
But they're so well adapted, like those solid bones. That's pretty unique for birds.
Absolutely. Most birds have hollow bones, to keep them light for flight.
Right.
But loons, they've got solid bones to help them dive deep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and they can stay submerged for like several minutes,
Wow.
hunting efficiently down in the depths.
It's like they have a built-in diving suit.
Exactly.
But even with all those adaptations, they still face a lot of dangers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's that scene in the documentary with the bald eagle.
Yeah.
I mean, that was intense.
It is. It's a heart-stopping moment,
Yeah, because like bald eagles are a major threat to loon chicks.
They are.
That must be so stressful for the parents.
Yeah. It just shows how vigilant they have to be.
It's not just eagles they need to worry about.
That's right.
There was that whole other thing in the documentary with the visiting loons.
The intruders?
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like loons fighting other loons.
It's a classic example of territorial behavior, These visiting loons, sometimes even from the same lake,
Well,
can pose a real threat to the resident chicks.
wow.
And you see it in the documentary, like the resident loons confront these visitors.
Yeah.
Faces submerged,
Yeah.
watching for any sign of aggression.
It's like an underwater standoff.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all happening beneath the surface, and we don't get to see most of it.
Yeah.
But the tension is palpable.
You wonder what's going through their minds,
I know it's probably a combination of instinct and learned behavior,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Yeah.
protecting their offspring is paramount.
Right.
And they've developed these strategies to deal with these threats.
Thankfully, in this case, both the eagle and the visiting loons, they eventually leave without harming the chick.
Yeah, they do.
But, that little chick is growing up so fast.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, it's going to be too big to ride on his parents' back.
I know.
And it's going to have to learn to fend for itself.
That's the circle of life.
Yeah.
The documentary ends with this poignant image of the chick nestled on its mother's back. Its independence is just around the corner.
It makes you think about all the challenges that these birds overcome,
Yeah.
both on land and in the water.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this documentary, it's incredible. It gives you this glimpse into this hidden world
Yeah.
full of drama and resilience.
And it really shows you the interconnectedness of everything in the
Yeah.
ecosystem.
Like how?
The loons, the eagles, the fish, even the rocks they use for digestion.
Oh, yeah.
It's all part of this delicate balance.
If you could ask like one question to the filmmakers, what would it be?
I'd want to know more about those underwater confrontations. Like, What specific behaviors signal aggression?
Right.
How do they differentiate between, a threat and a harmless encounter?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it really makes you realize how much we still don't know about these creatures.
If this deep dive has sparked your curiosity,
Hmm.
like, you should definitely go check out this documentary
Absolutely.
and learn more about loons.
Yeah, there's a whole fascinating world out there.
All right, thanks for joining us on this deep dive
Yeah, this was fun.
into the world of loons.
Fascinating
We'll
creatures.
see you next time.
See ya.